Hi, I'm Jerry Stube from the Quilter's Quarters. I want to show you a cute quilt that I just got through making, and it is so much fun. It's from Bonnie Sullivan, called Over and Down Under. This quilt uses Maywood flannels. Maywood flannels are called woolies. Don't ask me why they call them woolies, but they're flannel. They're the softest fabric you can find. I just love working with them. We're going to need a strip set of 40 woolies, and you need some background fabric. Once we get organized, which is what I'm going to show you next, then you're going to enjoy making this quilt. It's fast, it's fun, and it's so sweet. And those of you who are stuck where it's cold this time of year are going to really appreciate that. Right now, I'm living in Florida. I don't need a flannel quilt, but I sure had a good time making it. We're going to show you now how great this pattern is. Bonnie has absolutely numbered every one of her fabrics. And in order to keep your fabrics straight and easy, I highly recommend that you label them. Now, the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, we all get way too many of these labels from every charitable organization in the world. So I just take it and number them 1 through 20. I put 2 on each page so it's easy to work with. I know I'm going to be a bad girl. I'm going to cut paper here real quickly. But I just put a fresh blade in my rotary cutter because I'm going to be cutting flannel. So we're going to make that easy on you. Get your flannel strips out. I love working with the Maywood flannels. They're such good quality. I don't have to worry about them being flimsy and thin and all of that junk. They're just not. Because they're cut with a pinked edge, you are going to get a little litter. Don't worry about it. It washes out when you wash your quilt. Lay your strips out and then match up to your chart. Now, what I highly recommend, take your little sticker, find number 1, which is going to be this one. Put your sticker on the folded edge. The reason I want you to do that, as you're cutting along your strip, as with any pre-cut, you have to be careful not to waste any of it. This is literally all that's left at the end of that strip. So if you want to be sure that you get it all and use everything you can, because there's not a lot of leftover, this is where you want to put your sticker. You have your selvage edge ready to go, and then we'll start cutting. Now, I'm pretty much a lazy quilter. I don't want to be stacking up doing one strip at a time. When I'm going to start with the strips that I have here, I've laid them out so that my widest selvage is visible. That way I can make one cut on several strips at one time. Again, this is where that new rotary blade comes in. It just makes a lot less work. And then you can trim off all of that selvage, get it out of your way. Now, when you turn your strips around, so they're going in the right direction, line them up so that the edges are even. This one's a little wrinkled, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Now, as you can see, I've got 3. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double stack them. When I get this done, I'm actually going to be cutting with each strip 4 pieces. I'm just a lazy quilter. I don't like all the cuttings. While you are not here and not watching, I got everybody cut out, and they're all labeled and in their numbered stacks. Now comes the part of sorting it all out and putting it where you want it. And this is, again, not difficult. We're keeping everything together in their little colored stacks. We've cut all of our background squares. Now you'll notice I'm not giving you a lot of detail about sizes because this is Bonnie's pattern, and we want to be sure that you buy the pattern because that's her right to have her pattern sold. For your border pieces, you're going to draw a line across the background piece. You're going to sew directly on the line, move over 1/4 of an inch, trim it off. Now Bonnie recommends highly that you press your seams open because flannel is thicker and you don't want to have all that extra bulk. Okay, here's where I found the pattern to be just a little confusing, so maybe I can help you understand it. When you get ready to put your rows together, the numbers across the top got confusing to me. So just ignore those numbers a little bit. In her directions, she tells you that every other row going vertically and horizontally is the same. Well, when you go to lay them out, if you're looking at these numbers, that gets difficult. So if you look here, number 12 goes down, and then every other one after that. Here, number 13 goes across, and it's every other one. So if you lay your fabrics out so that you have every other one to this one, then we're going here, and again here. And just work your rows across that way. Now, when I go to stack them up, I get them all ready, all the rows at one time. Then I put another little sticky label. I wrote, mark it number 1 is row 1, and then number 13 is my last number on that row. That helps me keep them straight. I can lay them all out, and because flannel kind of sticks to itself, it's easy to keep it together. Then you can go to the machine, sew them together, press your seams open as she tells you, and then sew your rows together. Then when I got through and I was ready to do my quilting, I did a simple stitch in the ditch all the way up, and then in the corner I just did radiating lines. I don't know if you can see those on the camera. I did not do anything here. I just went straight all the way out to my border. I hope that helps you, and I hope you enjoy this quilt as much as I did.